Hello everyone. Um, there have not been a lot of videos this last month or so. I think most of you know that I have been working really hard to sort out my mother's house and get it cleaned up so that we could get it on the market to sell it. I still have a whole lot of work to do. At least the house is on the market, and that part of it is done, the rushed part. A lot of my mother's sewing stuff and things like that, and things that we needed to make decisions about, antique pieces and stuff that I couldn't just send off to the thrift store, came over here, and therefore it's piled in my home. So that's still something that keeps me from doing some of the things I want to do. But for the moment, everything is at least a lot calmer, and I've been able to stream with Lisa, and last week we got our tea bag journals finished up, and that is, it took us a while because I had to not be able to do live streams for a bit. So I'm real excited about this book. I think it came out real cute. I really like it. When I finished it up, I wanted to decorate the cover, just give it some spine jewelry. And I had been using some of these old buttons throughout. So I added these button little tassel things. And I did a lot of sewing in mine. I just really wanted to do that in this one. I just did. So I would work on the projects and then take it off to the sewing machine. And it's got a really nice feel to it. It's almost like fabric. And I really like how it came out. Sometimes I had to just sew the pieces. Sometimes I sewed them directly to the pages. So we're just going to do a flip through now. I tried to use flowers and butterflies and leaves, things that were natural and organic, partially because the tea bag spoke to me that way. I love the little tea bag tabs that come out with things. I used stickers and die cuts, and these are magazine pictures. I really had intended to do more hand stitching, and it just didn't happen. This is a tag and a paper clip to attach it. I really liked the pages where I added in just flaps and flips and things like that. It was a lot of fun. I did add in quite a bit of thread nests, partly to go with the stitching. And this is where I took a tea bag and just made a flower out of it. I just bundled some threads together. As you can see, I used the little tea tabs throughout. I did a little bit of stamping here and there, and I used fabric in different places. Used little bits of Jolly printed papers that I happen to have on my table. This was sent to me, I think Maria sent it somewhere along the line. It was sent in Happy Mail. I did stamp on the tea bags some here and there. It worked pretty well. You want to do it while it's still flat because they're not perfectly smooth. I also used some different, there's one right here and this one. These are tissue paper ruffles I made in a video. If I can remember, I will link it right up there. Back, it's an old video, so I'll try to remember to link it. I guess I better write that down. I also used a bunch of these little woodcuts that, it's funny, I didn't realize I had, this is the back of one signature in front of another signature, and there's birds on both of those pages, which I used birds quite a bit throughout this. But these came from Dollar Tree, and I've had them for a while. I just haven't been using them, so I used quite a few of them in this book. I really liked that I did that. These are all from a seed catalog, and I backed some of them with cardstock and then raised them off the page with some double-sided tape so that they're just a little three-dimensional. And this was just, the buttons were stitched to it, and then I attached it with glue. Here I made a little notepad with some coffee dyed paper, and the tea bag is the top of it. I used buttons quite a bit throughout too. It was fun to do that. These are some little woodcuts that Lisa sent me in Happy Mail. I think she told me she got them at Hobby Lobby. And this is another one of those tissue paper ruffles. I used fabric pieces here and there too. And I used several die cuts that I had cut with the Sizzix. Here's another place where I stamped directly on the tea bag. And some hand stitching. I really like these pages where I left little holes in the middle of the page. It's just the way I patchworked the tea bags together. And I really liked that part of it too, the patchworking of the tea bags. Leaving holes, making these extra little flaps on things with the smaller tea bags. And this page is a pocket page. And then I made another little tiny journal with some coffee dyed paper and tea bags on the front and back, which I really thought was fun. And that's our last page. Now, I did not decorate the back cover. I thought it was pretty enough, and I was happy just to have that done. Now, there is a playlist that I will link right up there in the corner. And because we did this in live streams, it goes back and forth between Lisa's channel and my channel. So the playlist is helpful. Lisa and I both created a playlist so that it will be easier for you to find all the videos about what we did with this book. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this project. I think that it was just an amazingly fun thing to do. I would like to add individual pages, say, into a junk journal made out of the tea bags. I have put tea bags in some of the in the little junk journals that I usually work on Sunday before, just for the fun of it. And I think it'd be fun to add some of these patchworked pages in another different book with other papers and coffee dyed papers and things like that. So I probably will be using some of these techniques again. Anyways, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.